So I just came across this mind-blowing concept where AWS Lambda functions can actually work as network proxies. Like, wait, what?
No way. That sounds completely wild. How do they even manage to do that without using traditional servers?
Right? It's all about using this technique called NAT hole punching with the QUIC protocol. It's a game changer. Can you believe it?
Seriously. So they create these encrypted tunnels without any dedicated servers. How does that even work?
Okay, let me break it down. First, they use something called stun protocol to discover public IPs. Sounds complex, right?
Actually, I've heard of stun. It's for NAT traversal, right? But how do they coordinate that with Lambda?
Exactly. The client writes the session info to an S3 bucket, then a Lambda function gets triggered. It's so smart.
Wow, that's super efficient. But the next phase is the NAT hole punching, right? How do they pull that off?
Yes, both the client and the Lambda function send UDP packets to each other's public endpoints. This creates bidirectional NAT holes.
That's genius. So they're making a direct line for communication without needing traditional infrastructure?
Totally, and then they start the QUIC tunnel by having the client act as a server. Mind-blowing.
It really is. QUIC is built-in encryption, right? So it's safe too?
Exactly. It uses TLS 1.3 for security. Plus, it can handle multiple streams without head-of-line blocking.
That's really interesting because it means no delays in data transfer. Everything flows smoothly.
Right? It's like if you took your internet connection and supercharged it for efficiency. So cool.
And they even use session IDs to keep track of all this traffic. It's like they're managing chaos.
For real. Unique session IDs prevent collision between multiple connections. That's some clever coding.
I'd love to see how they handle session management over time, too. Do they clean up after themselves?
Oh yeah, they set lifecycle rules in S3 to remove coordination files after 24 hours. So tidy.
That's brilliant. But how do you get started with this whole setup? It sounds like a lot.
Actually, it's surprisingly straightforward. You just need AWS CLI setup and a bit of configuration.
Really? Like, what are the basic steps to deploy this? I'm curious.
First, you initialize the config, then deploy the infrastructure, and finally run the proxy.
So it's just a few commands? That's so user-friendly. Love it.
Totally. And you can pick performance modes based on your needs. Everything from basic to high throughput.
What's the performance boost? Is it a significant difference depending on the mode?
Yes, you can run it with different Lambda memory sizes and timeouts. Bigger memory gives better performance.
Wow, it's like tuning your own internet experience. How cool is that?
Super cool. Plus, the fact that it's serverless means you save on resources.
I'm all for that. Less overhead, better performance. It's a win-win.
Absolutely. And think about the implications. No dedicated servers means lower costs and easier scalability.
I hadn't thought of it that way. This could seriously change how we think about network setups.
Exactly. And with more developers exploring serverless architecture, innovation could skyrocket.
This is such a good example of how technology keeps pushing the envelope. But wait, there's more to it, right?
Oh, for sure. The integration of QUIC with serverless functions is just the tip of the iceberg.
Definitely. It opens the door for real-time applications like gaming or video streaming. Just think about it.
Right? That's huge. The ability to handle low latency requirements without complex infrastructure changes.
It's incredible. I love how technology like this can democratize access to high-performance networking.
Yes, and imagine the everyday applications, streaming, gaming, you name it. This could revolutionize everything.
But you know what really gets me? The simplicity of having all this power at your fingertips.
Yes, makes me wonder what other potential uses are waiting around the corner. What's next?
Exactly. The potential applications seem limitless. It's like being on the cusp of something transformative.
Well, thoughts like these keep me awake at night. What's the next big breakthrough going to be?
That's what excites me. We're living in such a fascinating time for technology. Can't wait to see what's next.